Welcome to Cooking with Chef Mark. Today we're going to make sausage rolls, but first of all we'll start by washing our hands. To make sausage rolls we need 2 kilograms of sausage meat, 200 grams of breadcrumbs, 2 carrots, 3 green apples, 3 tablespoons of sage, 2 of dried onions because I cry a lot with real onions, and some egg wash and salt and pepper. For our utensils today, we need a grater to grate the carrot and the apples. We need 3 trays lined, ready to go, a knife for cutting slots in the top of my sausage rolls, and a brush to brush the egg wash onto the sausage rolls. Oh, I forgot to mention, we need 6 sheets of pastry for our sausage rolls. First of all, we'll start by grating the carrot. Now I use the finer edge for the carrot. To grate that in there. You don't want it too thick, the carrot showing up too much, so that's why I use the finer side. So it's easier actually to grate when I'm not sitting on a board surface like this. It doesn't slide everywhere. Alright, I'll just put the rest of the carrot in there. If you don't want as much sausage rolls or you haven't got a big family, then you can just cut the recipe in half and do half the recipe. Alright, so there's our carrot in there. Now we turn it around, grate around the other side, and we'll do the apple this way. Put that apple into it as we go. Now, there's 3 apples grated. We just add that to it as well. The apple actually absorbs some of the fat. You'll notice when you cook sausage on a barbecue, there's a lot of sausage, there's a lot of fat that comes from the sausage. Well, if you put apple in your sausage rolls, it actually absorbs some of the fat, and it makes it look really, and also the flavour is really nice. Next, I add the sage, which is 3 tablespoons of sage, my 2 tablespoons of dried onions, and about 200 grams of breadcrumbs. All right. I'll just mix all that through. This could be can get a bit sloppy in your hands, but it's very good. Let's mix that in. I'll try and mix it right through so it's inside the sausage rolls as well. If you put too many breadcrumbs in it tends to dry out too much and makes it extremely hard to pipe it out onto the tray, which reminds me that I haven't told you about the piping bag. So I'll show you when the time comes for that, how you use the piping bag. Don't forget to season your meat. Salt and pepper. That salt and pepper through as well. Right. One thing I forgot to mention was the piping bag. And what I do with my piping bag is I tend to wet the inside of it, so when it slides, the meat slides better out of that. If you don't have a piping bag, you can just use your fingers and roll it into the size of the sausage you want to make it into to fit the pastry. But I tend to like using my piping bag, because you can fill your meat up, put the meat in here like this, shake it down like that. You don't want to put too much in, because then you tend to push down and your hand it tends to go to the back of your, behind your hand sometimes. Okay, first of all, get all your pastry, which is nicely thawed out by now, and you spread it out on the bench like this. Okay, so then you get your meat, and you roll the meat, you squeeze the bag like that, and the meat just comes and forms a nice sausage as you go along like this. Alright. Now I tend to get two rolls out of each one, so we just slot them in here like this, so across. Looks like we've got a bit of split in my bag down the bottom here, which makes it a bit more tricky to use, but it's put a bit on the end like that, just to get it full. Right. And you continue to do that until you've filled up every piece of pastry with two on either side, one on either side. So when you get you've got that all done, get your egg wash and just put a strip of egg wash down the middle here, like that. Just in the middle. It just helps join the pastry together as you're going around, so it stays together, hopefully stays together for you. Egg wash is made up of 1 egg and about half a cup of milk. Now just put that down to the middle like that so you can it all joins up. So then you take it, you roll them up like this, and peel back the blue plastic, because you don't want plastic in your sausage rolls, they wouldn't taste very nice and look a bit strange. So just put them about like that. You roll it about there, you do the same other side. Just roll them up, move the plastic again, make sure it's not there. Roll that as tight as you can. You haven't got a lot of pastry to work with. Do the same again, this side here. Tight as you can again. Put it in there like that. Okay, just do the same for every single one of these. Down the middle, like that. Okay, and they should pull apart like that, easy enough. I've just grabbed a different knife to cut them with, and I usually cut them in about 3 per roll. Try and make them all about the same you can. And then you just place them on the tray like this, lengthways. 1, 2, 3. Now I always go and put a couple of slits on top of each one. Just go through like that. This is my sort of idea of putting a design on it. Some sort of design, my own pattern. You can put your own pattern on it if you want. You could do 2 cuts, 3 cuts, whatever you want to do. Just get the egg wash again. Then we put on the top. Now you can, if you want to, you can put breadcrumbs on the top of it. Just sprinkle a few breadcrumbs on the top. It just gives a different effect of what the sausage rolls look like. Just like that. Just want to get a nice cover on top. So try and get them a nice even brown when they come out if you do it this way. We've got 3 trays of sausage rolls here. I've put breadcrumbs on these ones here, and these I've just left plain. So I just put them in the oven, which I've set at 180 degrees. And put them in there like that. I try and get the, see how the pastry rolls like that. I always try and put them on the same side so they when they cook in the oven, they all go the same way. Right, it's been about 30 minutes. 1, 2, 3 trays of sausage rolls. Right, so add your favourite sauce to the top of those when they're cooled down a little bit more, and you can eat them. Even refrigerate some or freeze some of them if you want to keep it for another day. So there we are, sausage rolls. Thank you for joining me with Cooking with Chef Mark with sausage rolls. Bye.